Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm president and co-founder of Limbloss. I'm a bilateral amputee.
Hi, my name is Chris. I am co-founder of Limbloss and chief operating officer. I am a quadruple amputee.
Hi, everyone, and I'm Yasmin. I am a communications manager for Limbloss Connection. I am a right leg below the knee amputee. All right. Hey, Kevin, why don't you share with everyone how all of this begun? Like, how did Limbloss Connection start?
Well, listen, it's really when you become an amputee, you feel very isolated. You don't get to talk to many people that have gone through and shared the same experience. And so when we were in rehab together, we started to connect and build this group that we eventually decided was very useful to all of us, and we formed Limb Loss Connection when we left the rehab center.
I think that's awesome. What about you, Chris? How did you even know Kevin? How did you guys decide to do this together?
It was actually interesting because I met Kevin in the hallway, and he just stopped me and wanted to like find out what happened. I was rolling through with like my sister and my fiance at the time, now wife. We were just talking in the hall, and then every time Kevin was always just rolling into my room, and he would just start talking to me and stuff. And it kind of came about because Kevin is good with computers, and I had like this idea. I'm like, oh, like, hey, do you want to work on like an app? Like, I have this idea, but I don't know how to like do it, but I have the ideas. And then Kevin thought about it, and then came back the next day, and he's like, forget that. I have a better idea. Let's just podcast together. We can get a whole bunch of people together. We can tell our stories, and I think it could be a lot bigger than just creating an app. That's too much work. This is gonna be so much better. And from there I was just in with him.
Yeah,
That
we
is so amazing.
sorry, yeah, so we were trying to find groups that we could connect with, or I was that night, that evening. And it just came into my mind that this would be really useful if we tell our stories, if we all got together and shared our stories. And that's where the idea came from.
I think that's so amazing because I met you guys both at the rehab. I remember your sister and your fiance now wife pushing you around, and I spoke with you, Chris, and I remember Kevin as well. Like you had already known Chris, so you were coming into the room because I was shared a room with Chris, and I just feel so thankful that you introduced Limb Loss Connection to me. Like you first said to me, oh, like why don't you join the virtual
Yeah.
support thing? And then first I didn't know what that was all about because I was still, trying to figure out what's happening. I was just recovering at the rehab. And then I just can't tell you how thankful I am. You guys came to me about this at the right time that I didn't even have to go through any time alone.
I remember you
Not at all.
I remember you had to go away and think about it. You shot us down the first time we asked, and then you
I think
came
that
back and said, "Hey, yeah, this might be a good idea."
You know what? Like, I think it was all just because I was just recovering. I didn't even know it was just a lot for me to even
Yeah.
fathom what happens next, which is exactly why you guys are doing this, because it was in the back of my mind. And then I decided to come to one of the virtual support groups, and I haven't stopped since. I think I've pretty much been to every single one, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've been
And
very
now you're part of
active.
the group.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm so
Like you went
thankful.
from just
Like,
a member to like join, and now you're actually part of the whole company.
yeah. It just
exactly.
seems to keep rolling and turn. It's like got that snowball effect, right? Two, three
Yeah.
people hear about it, then other people want to join, and not just be part of Limb Loss from a managing the business and the nonprofit, but also just join. Some people just want to join, and
Hmm.
I can't imagine like this would happen so fast, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
there's all kinds of people joining our virtual session and connecting with others. And it's very valuable because like I always go back to Chris's experience here, to be a quad, lose all four limbs. And when we first started Limb Loss, there was people reaching out to us saying, "Hey, I'm a quad, and I don't know anybody that's a quad." And all of a sudden, we were setting up meetings with Chris to be able to, mentor and coach other people, and he's done so well, and just give them hope, right? And that's how I always think about that. That's our purpose, right? Is to, really connect with other people and make those connections so that they're not going through this isolated and alone. That's really what our mission is.
Yep.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we've met so many people so far on our virtual support groups and other places as well. But so many amazing people with such great personalities,
Yeah.
resilience, and just, sometimes people have bad days like we all do, but we're understanding about it and we're here for each other. And for some reason, it doesn't feel like anything really bad has happened, although we do know something has happened to all of us, but life goes on. We're able to move forward, and the fact that we can connect, like the word connection is just so, like, such a big thing for me, and I feel it.
Yeah. I mean, connection is what it's all about, right? When we lose a limb, we can't relate to other people, and people can't relate to us, what we're going through. They start to treat us differently, right? Oh, no, you've got a missing limb. But when you connect with other people that have gone through it, it's like, hey, we're still human. We're still the same person. We haven't changed in any way, and we get that, right? And we have our good days and bad days, and it's tough being an amputee to learn how to walk again, is the way I kind of put it. But it's also making new connections and new friends to help you walk forward.
100%.
I think it's interesting you kind of say that, because I kind of get the feeling a lot of the times that people treat us like we're kids.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that. Oh, don't do that. I'm like, okay, like,
right.
I know, like, I'm missing limbs, but my mind still works.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will be like, oh, it's okay. Don't touch this. Oh, you're gonna hurt yourself. I'm like, oh, okay, ease up. Like, I know I can't do things, but I also know, like, what will hurt and what's not gonna hurt. Like, I'm not like a kid. And I think, and I get it. People are very overprotective, but sometimes, I can get under your skin a little bit when nobody will treat you like an adult.
Yeah, we still have to learn how to do these things, right? I
Yeah.
have to learn how to cook. Well, geez, you're going to cook, you're going to burn yourself. No, I'm not. I'm going to be very careful and adapt and learn how to cook again. Stuff like that really, it gets under your skin, right, Chris? It's like they want to hold the door for you. They want to, like, make your bed in the bedroom. It's like, I've done that all my life. I'm sure I can figure it out. It's just that I have to do it a little bit differently. That's all.
I completely agree with both of you, but I can also see, maybe because I'm a woman, or maybe because I have people that I know who are maybe a little bit older or maybe a little bit less agile. So I think for them, I think they appreciate some more support and some more help, or people who are alone, maybe, who don't really get that normally. So if somebody does come and say that to them, I think for them it's really, really helpful. So I think I can see both sides of this. And I think that's what's amazing about all of this, is that we get to meet both sides of the people, all kinds of people with limb loss with the hands. Like, Chris, you're not the only one who's a quad. Like, there are quite a few in our virtual support group who are quads, and some are just with fingers, like they've lost fingers, and some have just lost toes. So they're all kinds, but everybody sort of can relate to a certain level, which I find I never feel alone. Like, I don't even feel like we're not normal. To me, I've already adapted quite well to our new transition, let's say.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, because we're all different, we're all unique, and even before our limb loss, we were unique. There was things that people could do and couldn't do when they had all their limbs, and you lose your limbs, and maybe now you can't do something, but another person can do it better now because they've learned to adapt to it. Like, I've got to get dressed or whatever it might be by myself, and that's a challenge when you're an amputee.
But you know what? I think you have a very good point because some people, like for example, for me, before I had my surgery, my foot was so destroyed that I couldn't do anything. I couldn't sleep. So I was completely deprived of sleep and I was falling asleep in the middle of the day. I couldn't walk anymore. I couldn't drive anymore. And I was just in excruciating pain. So when they told me, because they didn't know what was wrong with me, they
Right.
discovered I had vascular issues, not vasculitis, vascular issues, when I had to go into surgery. And when they gave me the option, I didn't even have to think about it twice. I said, yeah, just go for it because I can at least start a new life and I can start moving again because I couldn't move anymore. And then, so I do have a complex case. Besides having vascular issues, they're still trying to discover what is happening to me or what has happened to me and that kind of stuff. So some people do have complex cases as well. Not they don't just fall into one category.
Right.
But I suppose that's life, right, guys?
Yeah, it is. It is. And, we're here to help those people. We're unbiased. We don't judge people. We are very open-minded to what they've gone through. I've learned so much from the different people on our calls and engaging with other people about their life before that. And it amazes me, some of their stories. And, I think having a positive attitude and a group that you can talk to really helps you through this difficult time.
100%. I think that's the main thing. I can even see how much it's been over 1 year now since we have met. And I think I can really see how even the three of us have progressed, like both yourself, Kevin, and Chris. It's
Yeah.
just amazing. It's not just in how you can move, it's in your attitude and your spirits. Like, we've all adapted to a certain extent. Like, we're going to continue adapting more and more and grow more and more. But we've come a long way already, right?
Yeah. Well,
I think it's
go ahead, Chris.
I think it's like a mindset. And the way I look at it is, if you're not seeing any progression, I feel like you're more likely to start getting down because now maybe you're isolated, you're sitting in one place, you can't do anything. But even if it's a small thing, if you can walk from here to the door by yourself and then from here to like the store, you start to pick up on those little things and then you start to get more confidence because like, okay, well, I managed this now. Before I couldn't do anything. So I feel like that helps. Just the small little things help you keep going, and eventually you get to bigger things, and then you feel more accomplished after you start doing more and more things.
100%. I think for me, every little progression is a milestone. And I say that out loud all the time because I get so excited because I couldn't do it before. And then suddenly I can do it. It's like, whoa, I can do it now. Just that feeling of that
Yeah.
accomplishment is just amazing.
It's one of the reasons why I connected with Chris really well. When we were in rehab, and I was going into his room, like you were saying earlier, Yasmin, he was so positive. It inspired me to do better. And I was like kind of down, kind of sad that this has happened to me. And I was wondering, what does my life look like, moving forward? And connecting with Chris and his family, very positive people. When we got talking together, it was like, this guy has the right attitude. Why don't I have the right attitude? Like, I would say to him, how's your workouts going? And he'd say, well, listen, like I'm doing X amount of pounds right now, but that's what they tell me to do. But I always tell them to up it. And I want to do better. I want to do things the way I used to do things. And I'm trying to figure things out, and adapt properly. Just everything he said was so positive and inspiring for me. And it helped me through my rehab when I met him. And that's why we became such good friends.
That's so amazing. I think, Chris, you really inspired me too, because I did see you in our PT session sometimes. Like you were over there and then I was over here, but I could see you. Like, how we would watch each other and
Yeah.
get motivated by each other. And then I would see you and I'm like, and then, one week after the other, you're doing like different things. And I'm like in the OT room on the bicycle, the upper part of the bicycle.
Yeah.
And then I just see Chris like walking, like all like he's just walking, right? Like with the help of something, but he's walking. And I'm like, okay, I'm so inspired. I'm like, because for me at that point, I was like, what am I going to be able to do like in a month's time or like in a year's time? But just being able to see Chris doing that with such a positive attitude, it was just so inspiring to me, like just being able to see that. And Kevin, like you came to visit Chris because you had been discharged earlier, and then you guys were just chatting away and everything, and it was just amazing to see your relationship grow as well. And here we are, all of us. It's just incredible. It's beautiful. I think life is beautiful in that way.
Yeah. I've met so many people this way, like through this. It's been more of an opportunity than, a sad event in my life. It's been wonderful. So
yeah, that's really well said, actually, an opportunity instead of a sad thing.
yeah, I really
feel like
love the word connection, because that's what it is all about to me, is if we didn't connect, we would not be where we are today. And connecting with other people all across North America and Canada, and be able to share our stories and open up, has just been so rewarding to meet those people. And I feel privileged, to be honest with you.
Me too. I do too.
I think one of the key things, kind of like you were talking about, is seeing other people do things. It's very difficult, even just mentally, looking at your situation and being like, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do that? And then you bring yourself down because you don't know what to do. But when you kind of look at a video or you talk to another person and they're in a similar situation, or even not the exact same situation, but you see them doing something, now visually you're like, okay, it's not impossible. And I think that's a big key, is knowing that something isn't impossible. Because if you think it's impossible, you're not going to try.
That's right.
But if you see somebody doing it, it might be hard, but hey, if they can do it, there's no reason I can't do it.
Right.
So then now it's getting to that point of how can you figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think it's not exactly show and tell, but kind of show and tell, right? In a very natural way. Just because I also I watched Paolo. Paolo is the other person. He couldn't make it today, but he's been an amputee for since 2018, I think it is.
Yeah. I think
so one day I saw him walking, and I wasn't able to walk the way he walked. And one day I saw him walking, and I was like, wait, I was just watching how he walked, and I was like, wow, he can do. It motivated me to walk like that one day, and I pushed myself just a little bit more. And I think I progressed a little bit more just from that one day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just practice, right? It's seeing and visualizing somebody do the things that kind of motivate you, and you decide, hey, I'm going to try that. I'm going to try the way he's doing it, and all of a sudden the outcome of that is that you're walking better or whatever. So the support with other people is just incredible. I always go back to one. Back in the summer, I used to get really upset in my own mind about not being able to do the things that I used to like to do. And one of them is working out in the yard. I'm an outdoorsman sort of thing, and I like being out in the yard, cutting the grass, chainsaw with, chopping up wood or whatever. I just like being outside. And I was thinking, I'll never do that again. That's what I felt. And then one day I was watching my neighbor, he's cutting the grass on his place. And I just like, why can't I do that? I should be able to do that. And I grabbed the lawnmower and I cut part of the grass. I didn't do all the grass. I didn't have the energy, but just to be able to do some of it made me realize that, hey, it's not, the only barrier there is in my own mind. I should be able to do these things. And by the end of the summer, I could cut parts of the grass, not all of it, but parts of it. I know that now I'll be able to do all of that if one day, right?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. That's amazing. I think it's important to also set ourselves some goals that are realistic and some dreams. I think it doesn't mean, you know, how normal, like before we would set goals and we would dream about certain things. That
yeah,
doesn't have to stop just because we've
right.
lost a limb or two or three or four. Like we can just set different goals now. And you know what? Life is different. A lot of things are the same, but a lot of things are different. And that's okay, you know, because who's to say what life is supposed to be like anyway, right? We can make it the way we want it to be.
And part of it's just making yourself feel better.
Mhm.
I like to golf. My friends all know how much I used to golf, and
Yeah.
2 or 3 times a week, right? And then I thought, oh, I'll never golf again. But then I met people that are actually golfing that have limbs missing, and I say to them, like, how is it going? And they say, well, I'm not driving 350 anymore. I'm
Yeah.
I'm at least down the fairway straight, but it's only 150 yards right now. And I think,
Mm.
you know what? They're having so much fun again doing golf, and I would have ruled
Yeah.
that out without the connection of people that are doing this. So,
Hmm.
mm,
Absolutely. I think there's a whole world of us. And I think it's just, I'm so thankful that we've connected and we continue to connect with other people.
yeah,
Because we are friends now, right? Like we're good friends, and we've continued to share our stories with other people to help them and support them, and they also support us in a sense too, because when we listen to their stories and what they do, it's also helping us. So we're just helping each other and supporting each other and
yeah.
making new friends who really, really care and accept us for who we are now, and we appreciate each other, which I think is a great feeling.
Yeah, that's well said. This is a really great conversation because the people that are looking at limb loss and wondering what we're all about, they get to hear from us our experience. Where we are today is not where they are, with us. They're what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that, when they're coming to limb loss and are finding out about us, they're in a position where they don't understand what life will look like when they leave here. They're
Mm.
afraid. They're, nervous about walking and falling. They're, how will people accept me in the way I look? And there's so many questions that are going through their head. And to have conversations like this one is really helpful because they can ask those questions because we've gone through it, right? I know I had those questions in the beginning, but now it's like, yeah, okay, I've connected with so many people. I've got the answers that I need. And that's the power of connection and limb loss connection and what we're trying to do here.